we got the Supra back on the channel. I have a lot planned for today's video and I'm starting way later than I wanted. So we're gonna just head out and I will explain some of it on the way. I am currently heading to get the car inspected because my inspection sticker is quite overdue. So I'm gonna continue heading to the inspection center. Once that's taken care of, we're gonna fly home and then get into the main portion of this video. Well, you've seen that, so that means I passed inspection. So let's rush home and get into this video. I'm sure you guys can already tell by the title and the thumbnail, we are tuning the Supra today. Now, about a year ago, I went ahead and ordered the bench unlocker, and I've been meaning to do this for quite some time, but life just got ahead of me and I kind of forgot about it. I did go ahead, pull the ECU out just to make sure that I can actually bench unlock the car. And luckily enough, I do have the pre-June of 2020. Now I'm almost home already, so I'm just gonna let the car cool off a little bit afterwards. And then once the downpipe is cool enough to take out, we are gonna swap to the catless one and get ready for the tune. All right, so I made it back to the house. I currently have this weird little setup with the fan going on. I just drove 2 hours with the car, so we're trying to get the downpipe to cool as fast as I can. The car's been sitting all winter, so I also already went ahead and rinsed all the dust off of it. I actually rinsed off all of the cars. So now the Supra's all clean, the Audi's all clean, Fiat's all clean, and the BMW is all clean. Now I'm gonna continue letting this cool and we will start taking the downpipe out and I will talk to you guys once it's out. So we got the OEM downpipe out. Catless one is all ready to go with the O2 sensors in. It ended up taking a little bit longer just because the Varus heat shield, I totally forgot that was in the way. I had to backtrack a little bit, take that off, and then move forward again. Now all I have to do is put the downpipe back in, bolt everything back up in the reverse order, and then once I'm finished with that, we can move on to getting the DME bench unlocked. Well, it is the next morning. I ended up finishing the downpipe install yesterday on the Supra. I decided I was gonna stop recording just because I wanted most of the day to be able to do what we're gonna be doing. So like I was saying, we got the downpipe back in, the Varus heat shield's back on, everything is put back together. Now that the downpipe's all taken care of, we can move on to bench unlocking the DME. And once we take care of that, we can finally tune the car. Before doing this, if you guys don't know, I want to point out the fact that you do need to buy the Super Tuning license before you go ahead and do this. And once you buy the license, you're going to want to open up the MHD Flasher app and then activate the license to your car's VIN. Now to double check that you did everything right, click the 3 lines in the top left corner, go under My Licenses. And if you did everything right, under My Licenses, you should see your VIN number with the Supra license. If you see that, we can move on to the next step. Now, if you want, you can go ahead and remove your DME cover, but before we start unplugging anything to hook up the bench unlocker, I highly recommend disconnecting your battery just so that way you don't accidentally fry your DME. So I'm gonna go ahead, disconnect the negative battery terminal, let it sit for a couple minutes, and then I'll come back out and we'll start removing all 6 plugs to the DME. So we got the battery disconnected. I also went ahead and already hooked up the MHD bench unlock tool. Now, in order to actually use the unlock tool, I need to reconnect the battery, so that's what I'm about to do. That should be straightforward enough. Just put the negative battery terminal back on. I'm gonna snug it down just a little bit just to make sure we don't have a loose connection while doing this. And so far, if you did everything right, you should see some lights on the MHD unlocker tool, which I do, so we can move on to the next step. So now all I need to do is connect to MHD bench, type in the password. Once you have the password typed in, hit join. Once your Wi-Fi is connected to the bench unlocker, you're gonna wanna open up the 3 bars in the top left, click on hardware, and then begin unlock. Connect. Once you're connected, just hit unlock. And once this is done, I'll be back. Honestly, that took less than a minute and it's already finished. Now I'm gonna go ahead, disconnect everything properly, rehook everything back up, and then we can finally tune the car. So everything is all put back together. We got the DME cover back on. I did read online, once you perform the bench unlock and hook all the connectors back up to the DME, that you should try and start the car. If it starts, then you can move on to tuning the car. If not, then you kind of have to start over again. So just gonna make sure everything works, the car turns over, and that we can move forward. So obviously got my key on me. Let's see if it turns on. Now, I don't know how well you can hear me over the exhaust, but obviously the car is started, so we're ready to tune the car now. Now, I do got my C-Tech battery tender just so I can hook that up while we're doing the first flash, because the first flash usually takes a little bit longer. Don't want my battery dying while we're flashing the car just to kind of ruin everything on me. So we're going to do that, and then we'll start flashing it. Now that that's all taken care of, we can begin flashing the tune on the car. Now, when you're doing this, make sure your phone is in airplane mode and that your Wi-Fi is connected to the MHD dongle. Don't forget to press the start button 3 times to make sure it's in diagnostic mode. Now hit flash at MHD map, connected. Stage 2, upgraded downpipes recommended. I got downpipes, 93 octane, just because that's what I always put in my car. Then we'll go over to the flash and then do options, exhaust burble, activate anti-lag. I'm just gonna leave it at 8 PSI for now just to kind of test it. Always gonna turn on exhaust burble, aggressiveness. I'm gonna start off with medium, minimum speed 0. Max speed I'll keep at 100 or 99. Minimum RPM, I hate when they're down low, so we're gonna raise that up to about 2400. We'll leave it at the 5000 for max RPM. And then duration, sport, I always like putting it on, for sport I put it on 1.2, and then for bass I'm gonna put it on 0.7. Then I'm gonna check off exhaust flap always open in sport. Then hit back, full right. And I'll come back to you once this is finished writing. Alright, success. The total write time was 2 minutes, 10 seconds. Just gonna disconnect everything, lock the car, let it sit for a few minutes, come back to it, and we'll give it a start, see how it sounds. I can't wait any longer, so let's get this semi-cold start. So far, I can't really tell if I noticed too much of a difference. Either way, I'm gonna let this warm up a little bit, kind of pull it out into the driveway some more so I'm not breathing in the exhaust fumes. I'm gonna see if the burbles work and the anti-lag works. So I just started driving. I'm still letting the car warm up a little bit, so I haven't really gotten on it yet, but from what I could tell, I already noticed such a difference, and it's quite impressive. Now I'm gonna continue driving a little more, let the car warm up. Once the car warms up some more, we'll start getting some pulls in. So I've been waiting on an open road to come about, but there's just way too much traffic, so I don't think I'll actually be able to get the pulls that I want. Either way though, the backfires on this car are absolutely insane. So I'm not sure how well the camera's gonna pick it up. This is right around 2500 RPMs. They're just very tame, very quiet. And once you kind of get up into the RPM range, they start getting a lot louder. I am going to adjust the duration just because I don't like how many pops it does do. I just like 1 or 2 pops. I don't like when there's too many pops. I only like a few, so we're gonna adjust that, play with it, and see how it goes from there. continue driving a little bit more, enjoy what's left of the daylight today. Also keep my eyes open for an empty parking lot just so I can kind of pull over and finish this video off. If I can't find one, I'll see you guys at the house. So I don't know if the camera's doing it justice, but that was absolutely nuts.
I can hear the demons call when they do what they do, and now I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know